Breaking on 4 News now, a section of I-90 west of Spokane is closed because of a wildfire. We are live on the scene with the very latest.
Our record-breaking heat has fire crews on high alert with even more triple-digit temperatures on the way. When we could see a slight cool down in your first alert forecast.
And wildfire survivors are struggling to keep the temperature down in their temporary homes. Hear from one woman on why it's so hard to keep her RV cool. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. And we begin with that breaking news. One lane of westbound I-90 at the Salnave Highway 902 interchange west of Spokane is closed because of a fire. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Derek Dice. Kirsten O'Connor has the night off. That fire is burning near Clear Lake in between Medical Lake and Cheney. Take a look at this photo of fire crews dropping water on the flames from above. You can see just how close those flames are to the freeway. Our Hunter Bertram is live near the fire line. So Hunter, what have you learned just in the last half hour or so?
Yeah, Derek, well, the fire that started on westbound I-90 just past the Salnave exit, the fire is completely out. So there's no more flames. However, it's not contained. What we know so far is there's a water line around the fire. They're saying this is a 2-acre fire. That's approximated, so it might change over time, but they're saying it's contained with a wet line. Right now, crews are working to dig a solid line around this fire. There was air support dropping water on top of the flames. That air support has been called off. Initially, it did threaten structures nearby north of the fire. However, they are no longer threatened. And right now, there's not a time frame of whether the right lane on westbound I-90 will open up in the next few hours. That's unclear what will happen. I asked fire crews on scene, when the smoldering of this fire might be out, and it could be into the night. They're saying there's no cause yet. It's remaining under investigation, and no one has been injured. Derek.
All right. Thank you very much, Hunter. Chris Crocker joins us now, and Chris's extreme heat has fire crews on high alert. It's only going to get hotter tomorrow, but we're probably lucky that a fire would break out today rather than tomorrow.
All right. Not only is it going to be hotter, but there's going to be just a little more wind. Current conditions by the fire now. Winds are light. Just in the last hour or so, the highest winds we have seen in that region are 2 miles per hour, so barely any movement in the atmosphere whatsoever. The relative humidity 18%. We've certainly seen lower than that. And the temperature 100 degrees. We're going to see these winds picking up tomorrow, but only around the 10-12 mile per hour range, an occasional gust of 15 miles per hour. But that can make a big difference, just giving that fire a little more oxygen to spread. Our high temperature today was a record in Spokane, 102, 100 the previous record set back in 1985. That's 2 record days in a row, and there's a third one on the way. That is why we have a weather alert day for one more day for excessive heat across the entire region, and then we're going to cool down just a little bit. But first, 104 degrees tomorrow. That would be a record. 102 is the record set back in 1975. Around the region tomorrow, triple-digit heat just about everywhere you go. Only an occasional exception, and even Sandpoint and Kellogg will be at 99, so awfully close. Expect more records tomorrow, and that light breeze, barely enough to notice or cool you down. Certainly with a temperature of 104, it's going to feel more like a hairdryer than a cooling breeze. But there is a drop in temperatures coming. Drop might be overstating it. It's still going to stay hot. I'll let you know how much cooler we're going to get coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. It's gotten so hot today, it's caused part of Highway 195 to buckle. Take a look at this photo taken just south of the Horn School Rest area near Rosalia. According to the Department of Transportation, it happened in this area because it's one of the oldest sections of concern on the highway. Crews were able to repair it, but say you can't expect the road to be a little bit bumpy in that area. Now, because of the extreme heat, several events around Spokane have been canceled. That includes tomorrow's Kendall Yards Night Market, and Barn and Blossom Nursery canceled its Fairweather Nights events for tonight and tomorrow as well. If you need to get out of the heat and cool off a little bit, there are several places you can go to in both Spokane and Kootenai counties. In Spokane, you can head to one of these public library locations, or you can also go to the Trent Resource and Assistance Center. Here's a full list of different locations across Kootenai County. It includes senior center libraries and more. To see the full list, you can head to our website at KXLY.com. Now, this extreme heat also means a fire risk, of course, and that's why officials are implementing a burn ban at Lake Roosevelt. Starting this Thursday, no open flames will be permitted. Only self-contained propane or gas stoves or lanterns will be allowed. Recovery efforts are ongoing in both Elk and Medical Lake after last year's disastrous wildfires. Several people in Elk who lost their homes are still living in RVs and are struggling to stay cool during this extreme heat. Marissa Rio explains the impact this heat wave is having on the community.
Oregon Road fire survivors just got through a difficult winter, and now they're trying to get through this extreme heat. Cheryl and her husband live in this RV behind me and are doing everything they can to stay cool.
There are days I just want to give up. I really do. I just want to throw in the towel and walk away.
The feeling of defeat. Cheryl Green and her husband lost everything in the Oregon Road fire.
You don't have a place to go home to when you go from having, 4,000 plus square feet to having 175-ish.
Nearly a year after the fire, Cheryl and her husband are still living in their RV. Winter was difficult, and now this heat is presenting its own set of challenges.
The RV got up to about 88, 89 degrees, so that was a little bit rough.
They have Reflectix up on their windows to keep the heat out, and they keep their AC running all day long.
There's not a whole lot else you can do. We're going to try to put a tarp around the front part to prevent the sun from beating on it, because that's where the head of the bed is, and it got pretty hot.
An organization that's been helping Oregon Road wildfire survivors said they delivered AC units to the community last week, but more are needed.
We do have a need for probably 6 more portable AC units, and also possibly some shade awnings, because when you think about it, all the trees that have burned, and so there's really minimal shade left on the properties where the fire was.
Salvation Army has also been out in both Medical Lake and Elk doing welfare checks, giving out water, and more. As for Cheryl and her husband,
but I'm kind of hard-headed, and so is my husband, and I'm like, this fire's not going to beat me.
That's what Cheryl says as she walks me through her property surrounded by burn scars. The feeling of determination and resiliency. In Elk, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
And for information on how you can help Oregon Road wildfire survivors, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. 2 Safeways in Spokane could be getting a name change if Albertsons and Kroger are to merge. Those stores are the ones on Sprague Avenue in Spokane Valley and on 29th Avenue on the South Hill. If the deal goes through, nearly 600 stores would be sold to C&S wholesale grocers. No stores in North Idaho would be impacted. Kroger and Albertsons agreed to sell the stores in order to quell the federal government's concerns about the merger. In earlier discussions about the divesting of stores, C&S grocers said it would keep the stores open and operating and keep labor agreements in place. It's not clear at this point what those stores would be called. For a full list of stores that will be sold, you can look for this story on KXLY.com. Well, still to come, more families are struggling to make ends meet in Spokane and Kootenai counties. What factors one organization says is forcing people to live paycheck to paycheck.
We just really feel like the FAFSA is so important in helping families know what aid they qualify for.
And what the Idaho Board of Education is doing to make sure students aren't leaving thousands of dollars in financial aid on the table. Plus, Providence is closing its inpatient psychiatric unit for kids. What this could mean for the future of mental health care in our area, next on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed!
that's Montana Sapphire from Phillipsburg, Montana.
We're Ken and Donnie.
We're not brother and sister.
We're not husband and wife.
She's not my daughter.
He's not just arm candy.
Hey.
We're not bulldogs.
And we're not hammers.
What we are, we're advocates.
And so if you've been injured, we fight for you.
The insurance companies know us.
And they know we're ready to go to court.
Our record shows we do what it takes to win.
If you've been seriously injured in a crash,
you deserve more than just a law firm.
You deserve an advocate. Arm candy.
Some days I don't know what's harder, herding cattle or 3 kids.
Really, Mom?
I'm Jacqueline Maycomber. Our hands are always pretty full and a little dirty, but we make it work like so many in Eastern Washington.
In D.C., Jacqueline Maycomber will work for us. A former law enforcement officer, a rancher, a conservative. She'll seal the border and won't take any bull from Biden.
I'm Jacqueline Maycomber, and I approve this ad.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? X marks the spot. Now when you get Xfinity Internet for 12 months, you can add the new Stream Saver for $15. That includes Netflix, Peacock, and Apple TV+. That's Xfinity Internet and Stream Saver for just $35 a month. All your favorites, all in one place, all for one low price. For more watching and less spending, X marks the spot. Switch to Xfinity, the network made for streaming, and bring on the good stuff.
Dan the Piano Man is now Dan the Moving Man, and he would like to thank you for helping with the transition. He now specializes in relocating your most prized possessions from point A to point B with care and efficiency. He's earned the reputation of trust by helping generations of homeowners move their belongings and helping seniors to downsize. He also offers climate-controlled storage, short or long-term, for your possessions. Need your piano moved? Dan can expertly relocate it and provide tuning and repair. Call or click today for a free estimate on your moving job. Dan the Moving Man, serving Eastern Washington and North Idaho.
All right, more breaking news to tell you about now. The Moses Lake School District says it's laying off an additional 55 people as it continues to deal with its more than $20 million budget deficit. The school district has already laid off more than 200 people, and it says it still needs to make another $3.6 million worth of cuts. The biggest contributor to this shortfall was an $11 million accounting error. Other factors included a failed levy and less funding from the state. Well, here now is a look at Providence Sacred Heart's Children's Hospital, which will close down its inpatient psychiatric unit for children ages 12 to 17. This means fewer healthcare resources for youth dealing with mental health issues in our area. Alexandra Cohen-Yards is live at Sacred Heart now with the latest.
Derek, Providence's announcement came as a shock. One woman who did not want to be on camera told me that she is worried about what this will mean for people who might need inpatient care in the future, as well as those who are currently getting this kind of care at the facility. For your reference, inpatient care is care for patients who have to spend the night at the hospital, and often for several days. Now, this facility at Sacred Heart is the only place where children in Spokane can get this kind of inpatient psychiatric care, making this closure a concern for many. The center here at Sacred Heart treats those with depression, anxiety, bipolar disease, acute psychosis, and other health issues that require inpatient hospitalization. The closure is set to happen on September 7th. Providence says it is closing the center because of financial challenges, as well as the struggle of operating the unit under a shortage of psychiatrists who are willing to work in an inpatient care center. Providence says approximately 50 caregivers will be impacted. The hospital group is working to help them find employment within the system. Those who are in need of inpatient care will now have to travel to a different facility. This could be as close as Kootenai County or as far as Seattle. The other option is outpatient care. Providence elected not to speak to us about the closure of the unit on camera. Administrators issued a statement that reads in part, "While this is not an easy decision, we believe the best option is to close the unit and continue to increase our investment in outpatient mental health care and resources for our community." You can read the full statement that Providence provided on our website, KXLY.com. Reporting live in downtown Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Well, within the last hour, a ribbon-cutting ceremony was held for the new multi-care facility in Northwest Spokane. The new Rockwood Clinic is located near Indian Trail and West Lowell Avenue near the Safeway there. The clinic manager says this new facility will help fill the primary care gap in that area.
This community is about 50 providers short to be able to properly serve all the community of Spokane. So this is one step in that direction.
In addition to primary care, the almost 6,000 square foot facility will soon offer behavioral health services as well. We'll take a look at this new COVID-19 and flu vending machine at Spokane's Northeast Community Center. You can get free tests for COVID-19 and the flu there. The Spokane Regional Health District says it will soon also carry Narcan and other healthcare tools. A man already spending the next 65 years in prison for shooting a Spokane police officer has now pled guilty to federal drug charges. Ray Wynkoop was sentenced earlier this year for shooting a Spokane police officer 2 years ago. Thousands of fentanyl pills were found in his car at the time and during an incident from 2021. Wynkoop will be sentenced on September 25th. Today, Idaho Governor Brad Little signed an executive order that prevents non-U.S. citizens from voting. His executive order effectively does nothing since only citizens have been allowed to vote in this country since the 1700s. In his announcement, Governor Little criticizes President Biden's border policy and claims the policy is eroding confidence in elections. You can read the full act right now on KXLY.com. Investigators in Sandpoint now say this fire that destroyed Army Surplus 1 may not have been an accident. Take a look at this new security footage. The police department says this person can be seen on surveillance video walking into an alley behind the store. A wall then catches on fire and that person walks away. Sandpoint police are asking all businesses or people in the area to review their surveillance footage to help identify the person seen here and contact the department.
One more day of an excessive heat warning and a heat advisory across the region, but that doesn't mean it's going to feel cool around the inland Northwest. I'll have a hot 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW Local 3000.
Did you know you can shop for new furniture at Consign Furniture online? Shop our large inventory of new and consigned furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, and outdoor furniture. All the top brands right at your fingertips.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
As sheriff, I arrested rioters, rapists, and mass murderers. Locked up human traffickers who preyed on women and children. On my watch, everyone was accountable. Despite being the Attorney General for 12 years, Bob Ferguson does not take responsibility for the rapid increase in crime and homelessness, businesses moving out of state, and jobs lost. And he thinks he deserves a promotion?
Dave Reichert.
Good morning. Thank you for calling Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. How may I help you today?
I'm having some problem with my air conditioner.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What sort of problem?
Well, it's making a clingety, clangety, clunk sound.
Oh, no worries. We can certainly take care of that for you. Here at Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, we speak your language.
Now a joke from Yoke's Fresh Market. What did the tomato say to his son when they were racing? Catch up!
Children's Miracle Network provides hope and life-saving services to children undergoing treatment. The nonprofit relies on donations to help kids like Abigail.
Abigail was born with a heart defect that required open heart surgery. Thanks to community support, Children's Miracle Network was alongside her family every step of the way.
Thursday, July 18th, for every drink sold at Spokane area Dutch Bros, Numerical will donate $1 up to $10,000 to Children's Miracle Network. Let's make miracles happen one cup at a time. Cheers!
Did you know you can shop for new furniture at Consign Furniture online? Shop our large inventory of new and consigned furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, and outdoor furniture. All the top brands right at your fingertips.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
All right, so just how hot has it been? We set a heat record yesterday.
Yes, 100 degrees.
We set another one today, correct?
102.
And still have a chance to do it again tomorrow?
104. Wow. And then The refreshing blast of 90-degree heat. It will feel so much better, won't it? Oh, doggone, I wish I had cooler news. Right now, it's 101 in Spokane, 98 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, 97 in Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, St. Mary's, and Colville, and well into the triple digits from Moses Lake and Ritzville, as well as Lewiston, right around the Spokane area. Triple-digit heat at 9 Mile, also in downtown and Spokane Valley and Liberty Lake. Boy, you cross the border and you're into the 90s, 94 right now in Coeur d'Alene. That actually sounds pretty good. 4 things to know about your weather. An excessive heat warning for one more day, one more triple-digit day in Spokane. Dry and breezy in the afternoon. Breezy might be overstating it. There will be some motion in the lower layers of the atmosphere. Stronger winds as we head further to the west. I'll explain in just a moment. We're going to stay in the 90s through the weekend and perhaps beyond, and we're not talking lower 90s, mid to upper 90s. So it is still going to be very hot. Hour by hour, you'll notice the winds. The light winds continue tomorrow morning. This is your Wednesday hourly forecast. 68 degrees in the morning. We will be in the 80s as we get into 9 o'clock hour. By noon, we're close to 100 degrees, and you'll notice winds picking up just a little bit. Normally, I would not even point out a 10-mile-per-hour wind, but it has been so still that we are going to get that little bit of a breeze going. Could see wind gusts up to 15 miles per hour. That does increase our fire danger. Any sort of breeze at all. 104 degrees will be our afternoon high tomorrow, and then we cool down a little bit. 96 on Thursday. We're going to stay in the mid-90s through the 7-day forecast. This white line down here is our average high. And as that cooler air, that push of marine air comes in, we are going to see our winds picking up through the Cascade Gaps, down the Okanagan, and that is where we have the fire weather warning for tomorrow. It does include Moses Lake, Wenatchee, Grand Coulee, Omak, and Winthrop, and that is where we could see wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour and relative humidities down in that single-digit to low-teen range, so fire danger is increasing. This map right here is our fire danger forecast, and I'm starting it off 8 in the morning on Wednesday. The green means the fire danger is low, so we are in good shape to start the day. Starting to see a little bit of yellow, that's the moderate, but once we get into noon, 1 o'clock, and then late afternoon, we see those oranges and reds. That's high to very high fire danger coming through those Cascade Gaps, and even parts of extreme western Spokane County are in the orange. As our winds decrease, our temperatures and relative humidity goes down, we're back into the green. 90s through the 7-day forecast, overnight lows down in the 60s. The one thing that is missing from this planning forecast is any sign of precipitation. I've been looking hard, even in the 8 to 14 day, and I do not see any sign of it. So we are just going to have to be absolutely vigilant with fire as we continue to dry out, Derek.
No doubt about it, Chris. Thank you so much. Well, millions of dollars in student financial aid goes untouched every year. So this week, the Office of the Idaho Board of Education is holding office hours to help families claim that money. A grant now allows the state to hire school counselors and advisors to help students fill out their FAFSA form during the summer. These leaders can help you maximize your finances for any path, including trade schools, 2-year programs, and universities. By completing the form, students can receive up to $7,400 in federal Pell Grants.
Sometimes when students submit that FAFSA and they see what money is available to them, then it kind of opens up some doors. And for a family who thought, you know what, this was never going to be affordable, then sometimes when they do their FAFSA, they realize, wow, I can afford a 2-year school like North Idaho College.
The first session is today. It goes until 7 o'clock. It's happening right now at North Idaho College. The second is at the Coeur d'Alene Library this Thursday from 5 to 6:30. President Biden's poor debate performance is now impacting Donald Trump's pick for vice president. We'll explain why coming up. And a new study says tampons are exposing women to toxic metals. How many different kinds of metals were found in more than 24 brands? Coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I grew up in wheat country in Colton, and I know how much we need our Snake River dams. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and when I get to Congress, we'll protect those dams. They're vital for our farmers, and we're not tearing them down. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series. Tesla's bluesy, soulful rock sound still roaring and soaring live Thursday, July 25th. I love you. Don't miss Parmalee, contemporary country hitmakers, live Thursday, September 12th. Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, October 10th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or CDA.com to buy your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bathfitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bathfitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
The DQ freezer is opening. All the Blizzard flavors of the past call it home. But which one is making a triumphant return? It's the unshareable salted caramel truffle Blizzard. Back for a limited time. Salted caramel truffles. Toffee pieces. Choco chunks. Yep, he's getting his own. Hurry in and get this flavor before the DQ freezer closes.
Okay, everyone, our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure with 27 vitamins and minerals, nutrients for immune health, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Around the nation now, former President Donald Trump is preparing to announce his running mate, but uncertainty around President Joe Biden's re-election bid may have injected new factors for Trump to consider when it comes to his VP pick. CNN's Julia Benbrook explains.
Former President Donald Trump is entering a critical stretch of his presidential campaign, preparing to hold several rallies, kick off the Republican National Convention, and select a running mate.
I haven't made final decision, but I have some ideas as to where we're going.
Trump's summer plans have been overshadowed by the dramatic fallout over President Joe Biden's lackluster debate performance last month. And with lots of uncertainty on the other side of the ticket, Trump's campaign is trying to navigate how to maximize the rollout of his vice presidential pick.
We wanted to see what they're doing, to be honest, because, it might make a difference. I don't know.
Trump's search for a running mate has primarily focused on 3 names: Florida Senator Marco Rubio, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, and North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. Though Trump once measured his potential picks by how they might stack up against Vice President Kamala Harris in a one-on-one debate, some Trump allies emphasize that those calculations would change if she's elevated to the top of the Democratic ticket.
If Biden steps down, Harris is going to have to pick somebody to help her. If she does become the nominee, this is a dramatically different race than it is right now today.
Despite calls from within the Democratic Party to step away, Biden says he is committed to staying in the race. Trump's campaign views Monday, July 15th, the opening day of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, as the deadline to present his vice presidential choice. With party business scheduled for the morning, the announcement could take place right before the official nomination. Reporting at the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
A potential health risk associated with using tampons. They could expose you to toxic chemicals, including arsenic and lead. That's according to a study published by the journal Environment International. Researchers analyzed 30 tampons from 14 tampon brands in the U.S. and the U.K. The samples included both organic and non-organic products. All of them were found to have measurable concentrations of at least 16 different metals. Study authors say using tampons could put women at higher risk for exposure to the toxic metals than how we're regularly exposed to them day to day. Still, they say more research is needed to determine whether the metals can actually affect your health. We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30, including why the federal government is considering killing 500,000 barred owls in the Pacific Northwest. Stay with us.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Gamma Knife we have here in Spokane is the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line Gamma Knife that is available in the world.
The brain is high-priced real estate. It's very important for cognition, physical function. You only want to hit the tumor and give very, very little dose to the surrounding brain.
It's the only machine capable of delivering this type of precision and with almost no interruption in any of the other treatments that they need.
Not only is this the best radiation technology, but it's delivered by a caring team of professionals who have been doing this for decades.
This summer, don't sweat it. Bill's Heating and AC has you covered with the best prices on air conditioners and heat pumps. Guaranteed. With over 3,000 5-star reviews, we're the locally owned company you can trust. Our expert technicians provide fast, reliable service to ensure your home stays comfortable all season long. And should you ever have an issue, we're open 7 days a week to provide immediate help. So what are you waiting for? Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote today.
Wizard of Oz.
Do you have a storage problem? Wisman Storage Containers is your all-in-one local storage solution. We offer a variety of sizes and provide free delivery within the greater Spokane area. Wisman Storage Containers is your locally owned and family-operated storage solution. Don't just store. Secure your stuff today.
Did you know there's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%? Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It removes 99% of grease and grime in half the time. Dawn Power Wash has 3 cleaning boosters not found in traditional dish soaps that remove food and grease 5 times faster. And because it cleans so well, you can replace multiple cleaning products for counters, stoves, and even laundry stains. Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. Brand power helping you buy better.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too. I am in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
We continue our coverage of breaking news of a fire west of Spokane off of I-90. It's about 25 miles west of the city at the Salnave Road exit. And fire progression, we're told, has stopped. Crews are mopping up what's left of it burning in the trees and grass. There's not a lot of wind, thankfully, but with extreme heat, our fire danger is not over. Our Hunter Bertram is there now with those crews' quick response.
Yeah, Derek, and I mean, it was a quick response. What happened is the right lane of the westbound I-90, like you said, 25 miles west of Spokane, just near that Salnave exit. What happened is grass caught fire, and they say that it burned into what you can see right next to me. It burned into this forest area just off of I-90. As you can see, fire crews still working to help assist and put out those smoldering embers underneath the fire. What else we know is that the right lane of westbound I-90 is closed. So if you're planning on heading this way, make sure you slow down for fire crews. And additionally, there were initially structures that had been threatened from the fire. However, they are no longer being threatened. And this is why it was so crucial for these crews to respond in a mannerly time.
Because of the increased fire danger, the increased weather temperatures, we did have a very, very high response with a lot of resources responding to this fire because of the high potential this fire had to become very large.
Yeah, and they were able to effectively try to dismantle that fire. As we said, there are no more flames. They are still working to put out those embers. They are saying it's about a 2-acre fire off of westbound I-90. And Derek, we're still unclear of when the right lane of westbound I-90 will reopen, but we're told that crews will remain on scene through the night. Derek?
All right, Hunter, we'll hope that that reopens there fairly soon. All right, Chris, obviously our fire crews are on high alert because of our heat, but as you said earlier, thankfully there's not a lot of wind today that helps spread that.
And no, winds, I think they peaked at 2 miles per hour around that fire. Tomorrow it'll be a little bit breezier and a little bit hotter. Our excessive heat warning continues through Wednesday, and that will be the hottest day of this heat wave. It is an excessive heat warning for that area shaded in pink and a heat advisory in orange, but it's still going to be triple-digit heat in many locations. Our high temperatures today are record 102 in Spokane, tied a record in Lewiston at 107, and a new record in Omak at 107. In the 90s through North Idaho, including 99 in Coeur d'Alene and 97 in Sandpoint. We're going to start the day off tomorrow in the 60s and 70s. It's going to be a warm night. The house is not going to be cooling down much around the region. 68 to start the day in Spokane, 69 in Coeur d'Alene, but in the mid-70s in the early morning in Lewiston, as well as Grand Coulee. And then the peak of this heat wave, 104 in Spokane. That will be a new record. 3 days of triple digits, 3 days of record-breaking heat before we start to cool down a little bit. Tomorrow, a high temperature of 104 degrees, a light breeze in the afternoon, up to 10 miles per hour, perhaps gusts to 15 miles per hour. 83 is our average high, more than 20 degrees above average. But we are going to cool down a little bit. I'll tell you all about that coming up in the 7-day forecast, Eric.
All right, Chris, thank you. Investigators in Spokane are looking into a suspicious fire that destroyed a camper and damaged a home in North Spokane. It happened at a home near North Adams and Mission. One woman was in the home at the time. She managed to get out and was not injured. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. We now have a better idea of how many families are living paycheck to paycheck in Spokane and Kootenai counties. Take a look at this graph from the United Alice organization. This line shows the number of people in Spokane County living under what the organization calls the Alice line. These are people who are struggling to make ends meet but don't qualify for public assistance. You can see that number dropped in 2019, but it spiked once again starting in 2020 at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. It's a similar trend in Idaho, where numbers started to rise once again in 2020. So what's causing these numbers to rise? Inflation obviously plays a role. According to the organization, in both Washington and Idaho, more than half of Alice households surveyed said it's difficult to pay for usual items. That includes things like food and car payments. Housing costs are also a big factor, with the majority of households saying their rent or mortgage has gone up within the last year. Of course, the cost of childcare is another major expense, with many parents saying it's one of their biggest monthly expenses. All right, coming up next in sports, former Coug Jalen Wells had a standout performance in tonight's Summer League game.
Yeah, Derek, we'll show you the highlights and just how well he did coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by TourMosesLake.com.
Hi, I'm Chris with Tactical Plumbing. We're a well-known, locally owned company with a great reputation with our customers. While the new housing boom stays strong, we are excited to announce that we are growing our company to provide homeowners with our precision services.
Tactical Plumbing has over 30 years of combined experience, and we are now booking residential service and repair. Tactical Plumbing providing our community with carefully planned and strategically executed plumbing solutions.
Call us or visit our website today for all of your plumbing needs.
Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm Donnie.
We lead the Advocates.
The Advocates fight for each of our injured clients. We take on big insurance and get big results.
We're both advocates, but we're very different from each other.
That's true.
I say potato, she says...
Potato.
Oh, I guess we're the same there.
Potato. Do people say that a different way?
Potato.
Who says it that way?
Never mind. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
It's Click It RV's lowest price guarantee sale going on now at your neighborhood Click It RV.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
With 0 down and no payments till October, now is the time to own your dream RV.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro?
Get never before deep discounts on trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and motorhomes. Plus the best selection, highest trade-in values ever, and a lifetime warranty. Nobody beats the discounts at Click It RV.
I'm Richard Sherman, and we guarantee it.
1 mile past the Y and Newport Highway.
So what do you think about these?
Yeah, we're going to take...
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Don't relocate, renovate. As your needs change, update your bathroom with aging and accessibility solutions designed to keep the space safe and stylish. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Next DT, our exclusive one-on-one with Gladiator 2 star Paul Mescal. Plus, we're in New York with Scarlett and Channing. Then TV great William Shatner shares a Star Trek shocker.
Next, E.T. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Let's have a good time.
Tonight, it's an all-new season of Celebrity Family Feud.
Team Megan.
We made it to Family Feud!
And a special look back at decades of laughs.
That's different.
It all starts tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Well, reality has set in for Warriors fans today with Klay Thompson's arrival into Dallas and his official introduction into the Mavs organization. After 13 years with Golden State, a new era for Klay starts now. The former Coug played the worst season of his career last year, and after tearing his ACL in 2019 and his Achilles in 2020, he never seemed to get back to the prime Klay Golden State fans knew and loved. Although a 4-time NBA champion, it was clear Klay needed some type of reset, and he believes the Dallas Mavericks can help him kickstart a comeback.
Whether you play basketball or work in the corporate world or whatever industry, sometimes change just can spur greatness, and a new change of scenery can do wonders. And I'm very grateful for my time at Golden State, but I just felt like, moving on could just re-energize me and do something special for the rest of my career.
Klay also goes on to say Dallas was attractive because of the young roster and the style of play, adding he thinks he's a perfect fit on their roster. And the other half of the Splash Brothers, Steph Curry, along with the rest of Team USA, are in the midst of training camp for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. The first real look at this star-studded team is tomorrow when USA takes on Team Canada in their first exhibition showcase game of the summer. Tip-off for that sold-out matchup in Las Vegas is 7:30 tomorrow night. But official Olympic play begins July 28th, and the tournament field is now set. USA is already a favorite to win gold, and playing in Group C is definitely in their favor. They'll open up in Paris with a game against Serbia, then South Sudan, and closing out the first stage before the knockout rounds with Puerto Rico. And staying with hoops, former Coug and Memphis Grizzlies rookie Jalen Wells is making a name for himself during Summer League. Wells signed a 4-year contract worth almost $8 million, and plays like those show you why. This and one deserves another moment. We'll show it to you close up. He comes through the center, snags the loose ball, fights through the foul with a tough finish like Coug fans know Jalen Wells can do. And Coug fans will also love this. This shot is identical to the shot that helped WSU beat Arizona last season, knocked it back from the corner despite falling out of bounds there. Wells had an amazing 27 points tonight for the Grizzlies in just his second Summer League game. The Mariners are back in action tonight with the first of a 2-game series against the Padres. Seattle still sits at first in the AL West, but they are definitely not as comfortable as they were just a couple of weeks ago. Seattle has dropped the last 6 series, and although there's some single-game wins sprinkled along the way, it's not convincing enough for the playoff push the Mariners need to be in, which begs the question on what Seattle's plans are before the trade deadline, which is at the end of this month. Regardless, the Astros are just 2 games behind the Mariners in the AL West. And we say it time and time again, but the Mariners offense needs to turn the lights on, and they're hoping for some type of spark tonight to hold a solid lead in the division. Seattle and San Diego are just about underway at Petco Park tonight. I'll have the highlights from tonight's game on 4 News Now Nightside. In studio, Sydney Berger, 4 News Now Sports.
All right, Sydney, thank you so much. Well, Eastern Washington Representative Kathy McMorris Rodgers introduced an act to study neonatal abstinence syndrome, ultimately hoping to save the lives of mothers and their newborns struggling with addiction. Nicknamed the Miracle Act, the legislation was inspired by Maddie's Place, a Spokane-based facility treating infants who are born addicted to drugs. According to 2020 data from the Healthcare Cost and Utilization Project, 6 out of every 1,000 babies are born with NAS and begin to experience life-threatening withdrawal symptoms from the substances they were exposed to. There's a growing concern that the prevalence of NAS far exceeds this most recent data. That's why McMorris Rodgers says the Miracle Act is a necessary first step that will better equip us with the research and data we need to reverse this trend and save the lives of the most vulnerable infants and mothers. Good Morning Northwest, Robin Nance gave us a look inside Maddie's Place and how the innovative work happening there could impact families across the country. You can watch that the story on the Special Reports tab on your TV's KXLY Plus app. Around the Northwest now, U.S. Fish and Wildlife officials plan to kill 500,000 invasive barred owls in the Pacific Northwest. It's a bid to save the vulnerable spotted owl species, whose population has rapidly decreased because of competition and habitat loss. The killings would take place over the next 3 decades. A final decision on the plan will be made in 30 days, but 135 wildlife groups have already signed a letter opposing it. Well, Sam's Club and Costco are going head-to-head to try to earn your business. While there aren't any Sam's Clubs here in the Inland Northwest, you can still reap the benefits at Costco. ABC's Becky Worley gives us a look at some of the best deals.
Those warehouse clubs where shoppers can stock up on items in bulk.
Which one's really cheaper, Costco or Sam's Club?
Are ramping up their fight for your dollars.
Now that you've got your Sam's Club membership at an awesome price, let me show you how to put that to good use.
For first-time members, Sam's Club is currently slashing their sign-up price to $25 until the end of August. That's more than half off the annual membership of one of their biggest competitors, Costco.
By them slashing the price of their membership, especially for new members, this is one way to try to get people excited about the offerings of Sam's Club.
But the wholesale retail giant also catching some backlash after removing a key perk available to Plus members. Starting in mid-August, free shipping will only be available for qualifying purchases of $50 or more pre-tax.
In the last few years, shipping and logistics around shipping has become extremely expensive. So Sam's Club is making an effort to cut costs by not offering free shipping on orders that are under a certain amount. But they are adding other benefits for members.
Warehouse clubs can offer more than just deals on bulk items, but are the perks worth the annual fees for your family?
You're getting discounts on gasoline, on prescriptions, and optical services. So overall, you may feel like you're paying more for that membership, but the perks actually give you added discounts that make it worth it.
Also, one of the most air-conditioned places in Spokane to find yourself and those bargains. 4 things to know about your weather. An excessive heat warning continuing for one more triple-digit day. Dry and breezy conditions in the afternoon, and then we'll be in the 90s through the weekend and beyond. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and how the heat is taking a toll on 195.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our 4th of July celebration and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. Make cleanup a breeze with a brand new Bosch dishwasher. Available in 3 colors, each for just $6.99. These Bosch dishwashers offer quiet operation, advanced water efficiency, and a variety of cycle options to clean your dishes every time perfectly. We sell appliances. Only appliances.
It's time to seize your summer in a new Toyota from Finley Downtown Toyota.
Whether you're camping out in a new RAV4 or pulling a boat with a Toyota Tundra truck, nothing says summer better than a new Toyota. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with a 1-year, 15,000-mile maintenance plan. So this summer, if you're looking for a new ride, stop by Finley Downtown Toyota, and we'll show you some more choices. I crack myself up. Finley Toyota's downtown.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? X marks the spot. Now when you get Xfinity Internet for 12 months, you can add the new Stream Saver for $15. That includes Netflix, Peacock, and Apple TV+. That's Xfinity Internet and Stream Saver for just $35 a month. All your favorites, all in one place, all for one low price. For more watching and less spending, X marks the spot. Switch to Xfinity, the network made for streaming, and bring on the good stuff.
Honeymoon phase over already, huh?
You know, these things normally take a while to figure out, and these
We get you compensated fairly and only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
The Gamma knife we have here in Spokane is the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line Gamma knife that is available in the world.
The brain is high-priced real estate. It's very important for cognition, physical function. You only want to hit the tumor and give very, very little dose to the surrounding brain.
It's the only machine capable of delivering this type of precision and with almost no interruption in any of the other treatments that they need.
Not only is this the best radiation technology, but it's delivered by a caring team of professionals who have been doing this for decades.
Hi, I'm Chuck, owner of Spokane Rain Gutter. My family and I have been installing gutters right here in Spokane for over 30 years.
Save $200 on gutter helmet and get a free gutter cleaning. We are your gutter experts. SpokaneRainGutter.com.
4 News Now. Expect more on air, online, and on the app.
All right, welcome back. With this extreme heat, we've seen something really strange happen, and that's the actual road on Highway 195 buckling in kind of the Rosalia area in 3 different places.
Right, yes, just south of Rosalia. Here's a picture from Ryan Overton with the Department of Transportation. This is on 195. It's near the Horn School rest area where the concrete panels have basically severed and caused this buckling on the roadways. 195 southbound is closed, and what they're doing is alternating, so it's going to be slow going on 195 for the next several hours. Ryan says they need to bring in an excavator to lift up the concrete panels and smooth down the pavement, and that is going to take a while, and this is all because of that triple-digit heat and the roads. You can really see how severely damaged that is right there. So heat taking its toll on the roads, and we have another very hot day tomorrow. We did have a record today in Spokane, 2nd day in a row, 102 degrees. 100 was our record set back in 1985. The forecast high for tomorrow, it's where this warming trend hits its final destination, 104. That will be a record. 102, the record for tomorrow, set back in 1975. And then we cool down, and it is not a very impressive cool down. We're going to be in the mid-90s right on through the 7-day forecast. This white line way down here is our average high. Now, it is increasing quickly as we get closer to the hottest time of the year, which climatologically is the end of July and the beginning of August. But we're off the map up in these mid-90s. The extended forecast, this is 8 to 14 days, July 17th through July 23rd, showing some cooler air trying to make its way inland from the Pacific. And we are sort of sandwiched in between the less hot weather and the hottest weather of this heat dome that is moving off to the east. So we are still going to be above average. Hopefully with that push of cooler air, we're not going to end up with the gusty winds, because that is really one of the last things that we need to see right now, gusty winds or lightning. No sign of precipitation in the 7-day forecast or the 8 to 14. We're not in the deep dark browns of drier than average conditions, but this time of year, it doesn't take a deviation one way or the other to make much of a difference. It is just a dry time of year regardless. Weather alert day for tomorrow for record heat, and then it's just going to be plain old hot through the 7-day forecast with a lot of sunshine. Overnight lows down in the 60s. We'll get a little bit of a breeze tomorrow afternoon and evening in the 10-mile-per-hour range, perhaps gust up to 15. But other than that, it is going to be stifling hot. Derek.
No doubt about it. All right, as we head to another break, here's your look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Alec Baldwin involuntary manslaughter trial. Next, Inside Edition, the famed actor facing the crisis of his life. 18 months in jail if he's convicted. How will they pick a jury of his peers? Then, the serial killer shark.
That is a big shark right there. That's a female.
Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Celebrate 4th of July all month long at your local floor trader with our biggest DIY sale of the year. Stock up now for all your summertime projects. Big box prices and small town service only at your local floor trader.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with Travel for Adventures.
Grant County, Washington is filled with opportunities to explore some of Washington State's most diverse geological regions. From small towns to huge waterways dotted with campgrounds and beautiful scenery, come enjoy the spectacular recreation it offers.
Enjoy a free tour at Grand Coulee Dam, topped off with a spectacular light show projected on the dam in the evening.
Check out the world-class fishing at Banks Lake, maybe some golf at Royal City, or explore the caves at Lenore Lake.
From wine tasting in Quincy to live entertainment at the Gorge. From the Sand Hill Crane Festival in Othello to the Wanapum Heritage Center in Mattawa, you'll find plenty to enjoy by boat, by car, by bike, or on foot in this vast and beautiful region known as Grant County.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to KXLY.com/travel4adventures.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
Introducing Neurostim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
Reach out to Neurostim TMS today and rediscover the light and joy in your life.
Celebrate 4th of July all month long at your local floor trader with our biggest DIY sale of the year. Stock up now for all your summertime projects. Big box prices and small town service only at your local floor trader.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by Lewis Clark Valley.
All right, we're continuing to follow that breaking news out of West Spokane County. One lane is still closed on I-90 near the Salnave Road exit because of a fire there. It's burning near Clear Lake in between Medical Lake and Cheney. Our Hunter Bertram is live near the fire line. And Hunter, fire crews have started to get a handle on this fire, haven't they?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Derek, fire crews tell me that they have dug a 100% line around what they say right now is a 2-acre fire. And like you said, this is off of westbound I-90, about 25 miles west of Spokane. And right now what's going on is fire crews are working to mop up the smoldering embers that remain under the fire. You can see just in the distance, there's crews kind of collecting themselves, getting their gear, going in and out, trying to just make sure that those live embers are getting put out. And right now, as you said, I-90, the right lane of westbound I-90 is closed at the site of this fire. So if you're driving past, please remember to use extra caution as you go past, because there are crews that will be working on this scene most likely into the night. And for now, what they say is that the flames are out, and they're going to be working through the night. Derek?
Good news, Hunter. Thank you.
We do have a red flag warning for tomorrow for the east slopes of the Cascades and into western portions of the Columbia Basin, as well as the Okanagan Valley. Winds picking up a little bit. That is going to signal a cooler Thursday. I keep hesitating when I say cooler. We're just going from 104 to 96.
It's still something.
It's
not much of something, but it's something. All right, and Sydney, you're going to have more on the Mariners and Padres tonight from San Diego, yeah?
Absolutely. Full highlights tonight on 4 News Now Nightside.
All right, thanks so much for being with us. We'll have the very latest for you on that fire west of Spokane on KXLY.com and on the KXLY Plus streaming app, and hopefully you all join us tonight at 11 o'clock for Nightside as well.